Suburban Self-Reliance. We are doing some cool evening planting here.
Franny wants a garden hug.
Franny getting her favorite thing, garden hugs. I'm just planting some seeds, some lettuce, a couple different kinds of, well, I think this, check. Oh, that's lemon balm. This is lettuce. Probably just going to do the lettuce for now. I have lemon balm planted in front and the other side of the house too. So that is what we're doing here, planting seeds around the oyas that we put in the ground.
We still need to, didn't get some tees, the tees to be able to connect the piping, so I wanted to show you this too, a close-up look. This is kind of a follow-up video on the oyas, so they're kind of buried now. So the tube goes down into the oya, and you turn that down, and you don't want it, there's an O-ring in there, so you don't want to scrunch that down too tight. And then it's buried. There's a screw somewhere around here, and you open the screw. It's buried. Where's the screw? It's in there. Anyway, and then water will come out, or we didn't even bother with that. I just let the oyas sit here for about 2 or 3 days, and they filled up by themselves and started to naturally leak into the ground. So we wanted to say something about the oyas. If you're planting brand new plants like we are here, these are actually seeds. So she's got to water these because the seeds are close to the dirt. So you got to water them.
Close to the surface.
Yeah, close to the surface, I mean. And so you've got to hand water a lot of new plants right off the bat. If you just stick them in the dirt and think the oyas are going to do right off the bat, you're probably mistaken. Now some of these bigger plants, like these peppers here, we were able to bury them deep. Got some cherry tomatoes that I need to put some sticks on. I'm putting one in the ground. The tomatoes are deep. You'll notice that we've planted most of the plants. These are cucumbers here. And we've planted most of the plants right close to the oyas. And as soon as I dug the dirt up, it was really dark and wet and everything else. So we've got marigolds here, and for the bees, and also for pest control. And this is all cucumbers here, plus some peppers over there. And we've got some random plants in here. The lady we get the plants from, she doesn't mark on there what the plants are. She marks on them the breed. And so there's some mystery plants that we got in here. But these, for the most part, these here are a different breed of cucumber. Then we've got a couple of, let's see, eggplants there. And then, of course, your marigolds there. The tomatoes are all up there. They are doing fine. Some of them had shell shock, but they're all coming out of it and doing nicely there. So yeah, we just wanted to show you guys, anybody can do this. I don't remember where we got remember the company that we got these raised beds from. I will have to mention that in a future video. We've had them for several years and I forgot it. But I love it because they have actually crossbars that go from side to side into the dirt to keep the sides from bowing out. So anyway, short little video that we're doing here on our garden, and yeah, we'll give you progress as things go along. Now, also tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to pull these hoops up, and we're going to take the 40% cloth that has been down here all winter, and we will pull it up over. And not only does this shade the plants, because as we've said in other videos, we're in the high Rockies, high North Rockies, and so we get a lot of more intense sun here, and so the 40% cloth works great. Also, we get spring and early summer hail, and the hail, there's no way it's going to penetrate through this stuff. It's awesome. You can pick that up multiple locations, Amazon for sure too. So anyway, why don't you close this out for us?
So excited to show you progress once these seeds start sprouting. I've got carrots and lettuce here. We have beets and celery.
Yep.
And back here is my some of my herbs. I've got thyme, valerian.
We finally have time for a herb.
Parsley, basil, and Sorry. Peppermint. So
You got to be careful with peppermint, by the way, because mint will it's a weed and it will take over. So
yeah.
by the end of the season, don't let it get
Why it's on the end.
yeah, it'll take over your garden.
Hopefully
It'll
I
take
can
over your
keep
yard.
it.
So anyway,
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be in touch soon. Hi again. Just wanted to tag on to the end of this video. Just what we do to cover up our garden. We have this 40% cloth, and we've got piping that we got at a
local hardware store.
hardware. Thank you. I was trying to come up with the right term. And we screwed it into our raised beds.
Right. Right in the side there.
And over both of them, because we have the space for two, just barely, we have the space for two of these 4x8 raised beds. And it just worked out perfectly. And we have room to go in some headspace, not so much for you as for me, but it still works. And you can see our garden that we finished planting. Got seeds in a bunch of these, and I think we went over all that before.
Right, we did. Yep.
The other thing that we have is the carabiners that help keep the cloth
Attached to the piping.
attached to the piping, and then we've got it strung to some other
Right.
anchors on each end.
The garage where the truck is at, and then we have these two tied together. So in the wintertime, the cloth, we just take the cloth and we unhook it from this side here, fold it all the way over, and it just is just, you know, in kind of a pile on the side of the raised bed. By the way, the raised beds are Vego, V-E-G-O. So if you want to look up that, Vego.com is where we got the raised beds. We looked for a long time to come up with good solid beds, and they're not the cheapest, and you don't want the cheapest. So anyway, there was no point, there's no purpose by the way of why some of these were white and then this side they're all blue. It's just what was available, yeah. So, and then we've got down here on the corners, we have the excess clamped down to the garden here. So what this does is it lowers the temperature of the garden, blocks out some of the harsh sunlight. Now if you're in a lower elevation, say Louisiana, something like that, you may not need this, but here we have some pretty hot, dry days. So if we didn't have this, then the plants would definitely die. So anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap up again.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for this video, and we'll be back with more soon.
Like and subscribe, please. Thank you, guys.